Preserving history and protecting nature. It is a balancing act in the plan to revamp Brackenridge Park north of downtown.
And part of that plan will cut down or relocate 77 trees. That's the part that's received the most attention and the most public backlash.
KSAT explains where that plan stands now and why the city says those trees have to go.
We get the pain that this is causing. We wish there was another way.
You're removing how many trees from a park? We need those trees.
If nothing's done, the tree is always going to win.
I really thought that was something that would never come to fruition.
Some of these structures are a big reason why San Antonio is here in the first place.
And that's what the Brackenridge Park project is all about, preserving San Antonio history. But protecting its natural resources has become a huge concern. In early 2022, the San Antonio Parks and Recreation Department unveiled its plan to create more usable spaces and restore several structures within the park deemed historic and culturally significant.
There were originally arches on both sides of the pump house.
Louis Fisher sits on the board of the Brackenridge Park Conservancy, and he's the author of a new book, Brackenridge, San Antonio's acclaimed urban park.
This is the pump house that was built in 1878 when the acequia system became outdated. As the railroad came, the city grew. Acequias, which are gravity fed, can't take water uphill, and the city was growing uphill. So they had to have pumps.
Then there's the Spanish Dam.
We are standing in what is presently one of the most derelict areas of Brackenridge Park.
The dam has been buried to protect it, but here's a photo of its excavation several years ago. The dam provided water to San Antonio long before it was San Antonio.
The original Spanish acequia dam that was built in July 1776, believe it or not.
Back at the pump house, large arches that were once underneath have been filled in and the river dammed up. But the plan would reopen those.
The original arches are still on the other side, and that infill will be coming out, and those arches will be restored.
So where we're standing, all of this would be completely gone. It would be a channel again.
On this side of the pump house, just above those now filled-in arches, is where a big problem is quite literally rooted: the trees.
You can see it's within, that might be 4 inches of the structure. Now, even if we weren't doing this project, at some point this tree's got to go, okay? Otherwise, it's going to start to significantly damage the structural integrity of this cultural resource.
That's one of the reasons why the city says 77 trees in Brackenridge Park need to be cut down or moved.
If you look around us, you can see some river walls that have completely failed, and it's been impact due to root structure.
It's a tough decision, and it's one that we don't take lightly. In many cases, these trees and the cultural resources are competing for the exact same spot.
Some trees are also being removed because they're an invasive species or considered unhealthy trees. Others are being relocated. Some of them heritage trees, meaning they're 24 inches in diameter or bigger.
In some cases, we're talking about maybe moving it just 10 to 15 feet.
There are all these large cypress, none of that's getting removed.
Check out this map. The green dots show the trees that will stay, the blue, the ones to be relocated, and the red dots, the trees to be cut down. In the city's original plan, 105 trees were slated for removal, but there was an outcry from people who thought that was outrageous and irresponsible. So after several public meetings, the city trimmed that number down to 77. Jesse Degollado found out that for some, that is still far too many.
Stunning photos of migratory birds, the great egret, the cattle egret, and the yellow-crowned night heron that most people don't really notice, as seen through the lens of photographer Alicia Garlock.
And they do call me the bird lady.
For 5 years now, they're among the birds Garlock has been watching and documenting. She says many migrate yearly from South and Central America along the Gulf Coast to nest in Brackenridge Park, overlooking the San Antonio River. So many, the city had a plan for the overcrowded trees.
It said to prevent rookeries from forming. They wanted to cut down most of these trees so birds would nest.
She and others organized a grassroots group, Migratory Birds of San Antonio.
You mess with one, you mess with all. We want to save Brackenridge Park not only for the people, but for our wildlife.
Joining them, certified arborist Zygmunt Neary, who'd seen the initial plan.
I was gravely disappointed.
And he says he was concerned with potentially cutting down trees in a floodplain along a river.
That's the scary part, is trying to remove something in this area where this is a huge floodplain and this is the headwaters of the river before it reaches downtown. It just seemed very short-sighted and scary.
We don't trust our city. We've lost trust in them. Where's the research? Where's the ecological examinations of how removing all these trees and to disturb the birds is going to impact not only our wildlife, but us as well, because we're all connected.
And by losing trees, Garlock believes an urban heat island will grow larger, raising ozone levels even more. Planting new trees is part of the city's plan for Brackenridge.
The number is somewhere between 200 and 220 new trees.
So if a tree is considered heritage, larger than 24 inches in diameter for most species, you have to plant back 3 inches for every inch removed. So if it was a 24-inch tree removed, you'd have to plant back 72 inches of trees to replace that one 24-inch tree.
While the city's plan aims to preserve history, the bird lady and the arborist want to save the trees here that have a history of their own.
We'd like to see this place maintained in all of its glory and all of its beauty that, you know, our generations of our families here in San Antonio have visited again and again.
So what comes next? The city is still finalizing its design, which has to be approved at the state and the federal level. And there's also the issue of money. So far, a little over $9 million has been allocated for the project.
We knew we were never going to have enough money to fully design and implement and deliver the 2017 bond project. So with the most recently approved bond, there's an additional $2.5 million that will help augment the current bond project, including other funding as well.
But there are other costs to balance at the heart of this project and its debate. A cost to nature.
Managing the temperature, managing pollution, the environmental benefits, the recent studies on mental health in relation to being in green spaces.
And a cost to pieces of San Antonio's past.
Look, this area of Brackenridge Park is extremely important historically. We want everybody to know it.
To find out even more about this plan, scan the QR code you see here. It's where you can find every KSAT Explains story on demand